Welcome to TMZ Live. So Russell Wilson did something, and not just now, but he did this 2 years ago. We just found out now. He has changed the name of Future. He is the son of the rapper Future and Ciara, who is Russell Wilson's current wife. But now Future, the kid, now bears the name Future Wilson. And we know that because Future, Sienna, his sister, and Ciara were at the U.S. Open a couple of days ago. And then all of a sudden, Russell Wilson posts this picture. Take a look at this. Now look at the caption. It says, Mrs. Ciara Wilson, Future Wilson, and Sienna Wilson. Now Sienna is the child of Russell Wilson and Ciara, so that all makes sense. Future, the kid, is the son, the biological son of Future, the rapper, and Ciara. But Future has not been in this kid's life for 5 years. And Russell Wilson has acted and been the parent really since birth almost. And so we found out that this actually was a name change 2 years ago.
Well, it wasn't a name change, it was a name addition. So Ciara does have full custody of baby Future, that's what we call him, to set the separation. But they added Wilson to his name. I can almost guarantee you, because Future has kind of been petty in this whole co-parenting, Russell entering the chat of being a stepfather to his son.
But he's not a stepfather if he's not with the kid.
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying the way that.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. If Future's not.
Right. Future's been very petty because.
Well, he's been petty since
exactly, since the beginning. So with that being said, I don't think that there's a day that we ever see Future fully allow Russell Wilson to adopt baby Future, so he wouldn't sign off on him losing his last name. So the only thing that they could do was add Wilson, but if you've seen them.
But here's the thing. Is Future the kid's
Baby
last
Future,
name?
yeah.
Does it include Future the rapper's
Yes.
names and Wilson?
Yeah, so they added it. Future, rapper Future, there's no way because of how petty he is.
I have
we
not
allow
looked at
that.
their divorce yet, but I would think that Ciara has full legal custody.
She does. They were never married, though.
Well, but she has full
yes,
legal
she does.
custody. And if she didn't have full legal custody, he'd probably have blocked it.
1,000%.
So she clearly has full legal custody. He's abandoned this kid.
Oh, and you can see, like, when you follow them, the way Russell has really just taken him under his wing.
He's been a great father.
Practicing with the football, the baseball. He's turned this kid into a major athlete. You always see him, baby Future, at his camps. You can just tell that baby Future really, really considers Russell his dad, period.
Well, he is his dad. I mean, people talk about this all the time, where there's a biological father who is absent and a stepfather comes in, and when that kid grows up, they view the stepfather as the father.
Yeah, and like you said, Russell Wilson has been.
He's been a great father.
And has been there since, his whole life, for as long as he can remember. I think he came into baby Future's life when he was like either 3 or 6 months old. So he's the only thing that he's known.
He's the only thing he's known. And how old is he now?
Baby Future?
Yeah.
11.
How do you call him Baby Future still?
Because you gotta make sure you're not talking about.
I understand that, but even Stevie Wonder dropped a little after like 11 or 12. So at a point, you can't keep calling him Baby Future. But, I gotta say, it's interesting that Future, the rapper, has not complained about this.
What is he gonna say?
Because he's complained about everything up to this point.
But what can he say? He literally can't say
anything.
anything.
You have no right to do it.
You haven't been there.
Well, that discussion's been going on for years.
Yeah, so he can't say.
But he still did.
He better not open up.
But he did.
Definitely
He
doesn't care.
has not seen this kid in 5 years.
And I think he knows that Future, the child, you want me to say baby Future?
No, but it is.
But I feel like he knows that his son also doesn't really want to be around him. Like, I remember.
I don't think his son knows Future the rapper.
That part true. I will never forget, I saw a picture over Christmas where Future had to go to his dad's house, spend some time with all of his other gaggle of siblings, and he's just sitting on the stairs looking miserable. He's just like,
yeah, because that's not his family.
And everyone was like, he's just ready to go home to his, like,
it's
he
not
wants
his
to go home. Like,
his
he just wants to go home.
Is Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but he had to go there, so.
Yeah.
Johnny Benitez, Brooklyn, New York. I don't think what Russell Wilson's doing is necessarily like the worst thing. I think it's literally just to make baby Future feel like more a part of the family. Like if he's dropping or adding his name on, it's just because on the social media post, I'm sure the kid wants to feel included in a way. And then legally adding it on, but not removing Future's last name, I'm sure it's to stay respectful towards the father. And the fact that Future hasn't said anything yet might be an indication that they are on better co-parenting terms behind the scenes. And potentially we don't have any idea. Obviously, regardless of the kind of lifestyle you live, it's still hard to just not want any relationship with your child, but it's complicated. And I guess it's just something he has to deal with.
I disagree with you that it's complicated. He could have seen the kid and chose not to for 5 years. What I'm a little confused by when you said it's not the worst thing that Russell Wilson had the kid take the last name. Yeah. I would think it's the best thing. Why you're kind of putting it like, yeah, it's bad, but
maybe
not
I just improper wording. Like, yeah, it's just the best thing for the child.
Yeah,
maybe it's not favorable, like in Future's mind, but it's probably better for the child, and the child probably should come first.
I'm with you. So Judge Judy was on Amy Poehler's podcast, Good Hang with Amy Poehler, and she said something that she told. I have long history with Judge Judy. I was with the People's Court for many, many years, even decades. And there was a point where her husband was the judge on the People's Court. And I got to know her back then and have known her ever since, and I love her. I absolutely love her. And I did a show called Objectified where I did an episode with her. And she talked to me about this. But I think this is so interesting. She has a take on women and their role in a relationship and what they should be doing. And I gotta say, when she told me about this a long time ago, I thought, how do you argue with this? I mean, there are some people who do. This is what she said on Amy Poehler.
I always believe that a woman has to have a way of earning a living.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because if a woman, different from a man, if a woman doesn't have a way of supporting herself, she is in a position of being controlled. That doesn't happen all the time. And it doesn't always happen in a fashion that's aggressive.
Right.
But that's a mentality.
I remember she was telling me, because we had a longer conversation about this, and she was talking about, she said, look, what if you're a woman who is 30 years old and you end up having a family, you give up your career, you raise the kids, which is great, but you have nothing to fall back on. And when you're 45, your husband falls in love with a 25-year-old and dumps you. What are you gonna do? And she said, that's just the reality for a lot of people. And you don't know whether that's gonna happen. You don't think it is until it does. And maybe that doesn't. But even if it doesn't, what she's saying is that there is a power dynamic in a relationship where if somebody is so dependent on the other person that they lose any comparable control over the relationship.
Well, I don't think anyone's disagreeing with her on that. I think it's just the woman thing. I feel like she should have said partner. It's like, because times have changed now. A lot of dads are stay-at-home dads. Everyone agrees with Judge Judy. You should have your own money. You shouldn't rely on someone, because that is scary. And then you do feel trapped, like you can't leave because you can't support yourself. But it's like the woman thing is what bothers me about it.
Except here's the thing. We live in Los Angeles. And I think there are probably more I don't know this, I'm guessing, that I think there are probably more career women in big cities than in a lot of the other parts of the country.
Yeah.
And the tradition, and she grew up, and she was part of this.
No, she was. She's talking about her own experience, basically.
Well, she was. I mean, she ended up giving up her career.
Yeah.
And then realizing, I got to go back to it.
Yeah, she actually told the kids, you're going to have a nice lady raise you, but it's not going to be me.
And she said, I don't know yet who it is, but it's going to be somebody else. And I don't know what the numbers are, but I would still think the majority of the stay-at-home parents are women.
Yeah, I mean,
I would think that's just the case because that's always been the tradition. And I think her point is really, really good because
But everyone agrees with that point. Do they not? Why? You can't really argue that you shouldn't.
Harrison.
Yeah. I mean,
there are a lot of people who agree with him that a woman's role is to stay at home.
Yeah.
And he made that point, and a lot of people responded and said he's right.
Even his wife.
Even his wife.
Yeah.
So the idea is not everybody agrees with that. Not everybody agrees with
I
that.
know, but you should make your own money. You shouldn't like rely on someone.
But I just want to make one other quick point.
power.
I want to make one other quick point. To me, it's not about who makes the most money controls, because
No.
that's well, people in this office think that, but it's ridiculous. It's that if there's somebody who can sustain themselves independent of the other person,
Yeah.
whether the other person is making that much and they're making this much, as long as you feel like you can sustain yourself alone, then the power dynamic should be equal.
Yes.
It's not at a point, okay, well, they still make more money than me. That should never be what it is.
Hi, I'm Guy from San Antonio. I think it's great Judge Judy is putting this message out there. So many men on the right keep yapping online that women need to be traditional stay-at-home moms. So hearing a powerful woman advocating for women to make their own money is great because you never know what might happen down the line.
But you do realize that there's a big part of this country that doesn't believe that.
Yeah, I hear that, but
That's
again,
that's why she's saying
But
this.
it's changing.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's why she's saying it. She's a voice.
No, I hear that, but I think it's just a message that needs to be put out there to counteract that other message.
Yep.
Coming up.
The one thing that I would not have thought of when I thought of Lil Jon was fitness. This guy is jacked. He is winning competitions. He has changed his life. It is an unbelievable story.
What's up, bro? What's up? Good to be back, man.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Be right back.
So there is a guy who goes back many, many years with TMZ, Lil Jon. He has come in here, he has hosted our show. We have had him on TMZ Live, TMZ on TV. We followed his journey over the years. And the one thing that I would not have thought of when I thought of Lil Jon was fitness. Not that he was the exact opposite, but I never would have thought of fitness. This guy is jacked. He is winning competitions. He has changed his life. It is an unbelievable story. I can't wait for you guys to see. So see it now. This is Lil Jon. Welcome back to TMZ Live.
What's up, bro? What's up? Good to be back, man.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I mean, I'm just looking at you right now, and I'm just thinking, it's like a different guy. And you know, and everybody talks about, well, it's all skin deep. Skin deep makes a difference.
Hey, it's all hard work, man. It's really hard work, sacrifice, and dedication. When you want to eat that pizza and donuts and drink sodas, you have to say, nah, I'm not going to do that because I got some goals in mind for myself. So, I mean, health in general, I started, you know, really thinking about what I was putting in my body and being conscious of what I was putting in my body about 10 years ago. But this journey actually started after Super Bowl. Initially, I wanted to get in shape to look good on the Super Bowl stage. And my trainer, he entered in the Venice Muscle Beach contest, and he won in like one category. And he was like, man, you should, you know, man, you would have probably won, man, if you would have got in it, we would have trained you. And I was like, you know what? After Super Bowl, let's start training for it. And that's what we did. So here we are.
Look, you are still deep in the music business, but this takes a lot of work. And you're not just training, you're competing. And I'm just wondering, what changed? What was there a moment? Was there a health thing? Was there something that made you say, I'm just gonna basically change my life?
Yeah, I mean, everything started at 50. When I turned 50, I needed to go get.
Are you 50?
No, I'm 53.
Okay, can I just say that saying, it's true.
Yeah, you start to reflect on your life at 50, and I started to just really, you know, look at my life, and mentally I didn't like where I was at, going through a divorce. And so I started to just change my whole aspect of life and everything, and just really be more conscious of my health. I really started to get in it about 10 years ago when a friend of mine had a triple bypass. And I was like, whoa, I need to get myself in shape because, like, if he's 10 years younger than me, he's having a triple bypass.
Yeah.
Like, the longer I take to get myself in order, the longer, the more it's going to be harder to reverse whatever is going on. Also, last year I had a daughter, so I'm now is like thinking about my daughter, and I want to be here for her. My partner who I have in my life now, she's been also motivation for me to just be better and do better and work harder. So all of these things happening after 50, and like I said, Super Bowl, hit, and then I was like, I want to just keep going because now this is a lifestyle change for me. I want to be here a long time. I want to be here as long as possible. And I also want to inspire because I am, like you said, still making music, still touring, and still working my butt off,
So look, I mean, getting in shape is one thing. Competing is a whole new level. And you're not only competing, you're placing.
Yeah, bro, it was really a lot of hard work. I wanted to enter in July, but I wasn't cut enough in July. And it was just like disappointing to me. But I was like, you know what? You can't rush it. You got to stay focused. You got to stay keep working hard. And I was like, I even wanted to be a little smaller to be in this competition. I wanted to be about 4 or 5 pounds lighter.
This is an over 45 competition, right?
45 and up.
And you placed third.
And I placed third. And some of these guys are career, guys have been working out their whole lives. It's an amateur.
Oh, they must hate you. They must hate you. Oh, I'll just try it. Yeah.
You can look at my body and see that I'm serious. It's not a fluke. It wasn't just like they handed me something. You can see the hard work in, my body, my back, my chest, my biceps, my triceps. You can see my body, and see that I put the work in, I put the time in, So I'm dedicated to this. And I got to tell you this, what's crazy is I was in 5 cities in 2 days. It took me 9 hours of travel time to get back to Los Angeles to do the show. Sunday night, I was on stage. I had to stop drinking water at 7 p.m. I performed at 9 p.m. At 2 a.m., I got in the car from Vermont and drove to Boston to catch a 6 a.m. flight to be in Los Angeles by 10 a.m. to get in the contest. So I had even more sacrifice.
Crazy. You're not just doing this for you. You're doing this as a role model in the Black community because of some serious health issues.
Yeah, I had the colonoscopy. I did something with Cologuard to also increase awareness for, especially people of color too, but for everyone over 45 to go to get checked out. And even I tell people all the time when I talk to them, if you're over 40, get your blood work done. See what's going on in your body, because I had inflammation in my gut. My partner really pushed me to get my blood work done and to tighten up some things in my life. And when we did the blood work, I saw all of these different things that were going on in my body that I need to correct. And so I started to handle all of that. And yeah, I want to be a role model to people that you got no excuse. If I can do this while I'm touring, I'm in the studio, I got a daughter now, you have no excuse. Like I said, it took me 9 hours to get there to be at the contest on Sunday, and I didn't complain. I was there doing my thing with everybody else, but it's no excuse. If you want to be healthy, you can be healthy. You make time for what's important to you, and your health should be important. You don't want to be in a wheelchair. You don't want to be prescribed lifetime medication. You can heal yourself. So just eat right, exercise a little bit, and you can do it.
Well, and last thing, everybody in the office wants to know, are you still turning up to your party music?
Of course. I'm on stage, baby. Today I was at a pool party and then I flew red eye out to get to Maine. So, hey.
I got to say, you are inspirational. And you also, after looking at you, you make people like me want to work harder. So it's great seeing you, man.
Man, you look good. I see your forearm. I see you, bro. Come on, stop.
Listen, I ain't competing in nothing, but you are the best. We so appreciate you coming on, man.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Coming up.
Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are getting married later this month. Just before I started talking to you right now, I got a phone call and I have some information now. They're not getting married at a hotel.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too.
Did you just say, look at the water?
I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at.
TMZ.
Let me explain to you what man's best friend is around here. The phone. Because we're going to talk about something, a story that Alexa broke, and she doesn't know it yet, but just before I started talking to you right now, I got a phone call, and I have some information now about the story that we're about to tell you. So you found out that Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are getting married later this month.
It wasn't just me, but yes, there are reports.
She's so good about giving credit.
There are reports that we're being told that he and Selena are getting married in Montecito, California.
Yes.
So it actually wasn't just my story. It was Brendan and Devin's story.
I got it. Okay.
But
so that's interesting. So, there are all sorts of places they could get married in Montecito. One of the most famous, the Rosewood is fantastic.
Right.
And it's an amazing property that Rick Russo, who owns the Grove, redid it, and it's awesome. Now there's another place called the San Ysidro Ranch.
Yeah, which Haley Steinfeld and Josh Allen just got married there this year.
Haley Steinfeld. John F. Kennedy had his honeymoon there with Jackie Kennedy. How's that?
It's a very, very famous spot for people to get married.
They're not getting married at either of these places.
No way.
Nope, I found out. That's what my phone call was.
Just now?
Literally, and it was a total coincidence. They're not getting married at a hotel. They're getting married at a private estate in Montecito, and I just found out.
Oh.
So this is not a hotel, and everybody thought it was going to be one of these hotels or the Biltmore maybe. Nope, they're getting married at a big private estate in Montecito.
Do we know exactly where, or just?
Don't have an address.
I'm like, I want to go.
But I think it's interesting because everybody thought this was going to be a big splashy thing in a hotel.
Yeah,
but
I'm actually shocked.
The reason I'm not shocked is you got to assume Taylor Swift is going to be there.
I mean, true.
And it's easier to control a situation like that.
Do you think she would do this all just for Taylor, though?
Taylor changes the game.
I guess so.
Taylor changes the game. And, the more I thought about it in the last 3 minutes, it kind of makes sense because people will go crazy to get pictures. And if you do it at an estate behind gates and everything else, it's going to be probably way more secure.
True.
But it will be held not at a hotel, it's going to be held at a private estate in Montecito. Take that to the bank.
Hi, I'm Miranda from Phoenix. I am so excited for Selena and Benny. I'm more excited to see the details of their wedding. I think seeing who's actually going to attend is going to be really interesting, like Taylor and stuff like that. Amidst all of the drama that Selena has been through, I think she deserves the best. So I wish them nothing but the best.
Yeah, by the way, you do think Taylor Swift's going to be there, right?
Yeah, of course.
Because she missed her bachelorette party because she was getting engaged herself.
It was scheduling conflicts.
So will she be in the bridal party?
I would think yes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Coming up.
So Malcolm Gladwell had a confession. Back in 2022, he was on a panel, and they were talking about transgender women in women's sports. He was shamed into taking a position he didn't really believe in.
Be right back.
So Malcolm Gladwell is one of my heroes, an inspiration. The Tipping Point and other books he's written are like a North Star for living and for running businesses. He is just a remarkable man. Malcolm Gladwell had a confession. Back in 2022, he was on a panel, and they were talking about transgender women in women's sports. He supported it and said that it was fine, it was good, it was appropriate. There was one person, a lone holdout, who said it wasn't fine. That lone holdout now has a podcast, the Real Science of Sports podcast. And Malcolm Gladwell went on and made a big confession.
It was a particular moment which has passed. If we did a replay of that exact panel at the Sloan Conference this coming March, it runs in exactly the opposite direction. And it would be, I suspect, near unanimity in the room that trans athletes have no place in the female category. The reason I'm ashamed of my performance at that panel because I share your position 100%, and I was cowed. At one point, they turned to you, Ross, and they said, Ross, you have to let us win. And it was at that moment that I realized this position has gone, this argument has gone to the furthest extreme, and yet I didn't say anything.
So what he's saying is he was shamed, I think he's saying this, that he was shamed into taking a position he didn't really believe in because there was this whole thing back then that if you felt that trans women should not be participating in women's sports, you were transphobic. And a lot of people believed that and were scared into embracing that even though they didn't agree with it. And he's saying, I think, that he didn't agree with it back then, said he did just because it was public pressure, and now is confessing this is the way he felt all along.
And he's getting slammed, too, by people who have been against trans, or who have been against trans people participating in sports for a long time, like J.K. Rowling, who's now coming against him saying, oh, you're just a flip-flopper, you're just walking back because the tides have turned now.
Yeah, but if you can't accept somebody saying I was wrong, and if they have come around to a position and they're honest about it, I mean, for him to come out and say, I always believed what you believe, but I never said it because I was afraid to say it. Yeah, I mean, there's a weakness in that, but there's also an honesty in that.
Yeah, but it's a weak. I honestly, I'm really disappointed in Malcolm Gladwell. He's supposed to be a thought leader. You said that you admire him. I feel like he's now walking back, kind of to J.K. Rowling's point. He is walking back now because there has been a clear tide turn, but he should be more defiant. And actually, I think he didn't really provide that much he didn't elaborate that much onto how he felt and why he's
But you also have to remember what happened to J.K. Rowling, that she was just skewered by by her position back then. And everybody was saying, we're canceling her, we hate her. Yeah. They were taking her books off shelves. They weren't buying her stuff. And so, look, should he have been more courageous? Looking back, yes. But it's almost McCarthy-like the way things were back then. That, at the height of, we're going to cancel you if you do this. By the way, this is one of the reactions.
You got to have some integrity, though. I mean, if you don't want to talk about that issue, I get it, because it's like a third rail issue. But if you're going to participate in the conversation, to give some BS nonsense opinion that you don't actually believe in because you're scared you're going to get some nasty tweets, that's so cowardly.
So what should he have done? He should
have either stayed out of it, or he should have been true to himself. An issue, by the way, that a lot of people think is dangerous. That's really dangerous.
No. This issue is not an issue. It's really not. And that's what's
it is an issue.
It's not, because there's 10 people, roughly, in the NCAA who are trans athletes.
I know, but
there's much bigger issues that affect way more people.
No, of course that's true, but it became an issue. And what I don't get what you're saying is, should he have just not gone on this podcast? Yes. Because that shows even more of a lack of courage.
No, it doesn't.
Because then you just hide how you felt.
No, because nobody was clamoring, hey, what does Malcolm Gladwell think about
he's on this panel.
Girls?
No, he's on this panel and they're asking him.
I know, but if you're not going to be true and you're going to give in to the pressure from other people, just stay out of the conversation.
I just think it shows the degree to which we had this insanity where people would get canceled for a view like this. I mean,
I agree.
We had, I don't remember her name right now, but we had somebody on TMZ Live, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. And she was an Olympic swimmer who was long retired and worked with women and was absolutely against it, was getting so much hate.
Riley Gaines, probably.
It wasn't Riley Gaines, it was somebody else. Huh?
No, it wasn't Riley. It was Nancy Hogshead McCarr.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
And she was getting so much hate
Tawanda.
that it was McCarthy-esque.
Yeah.
So, look, yeah, should he have had more courage?
Hard.
Yeah. Am I surprised? Yeah. But at least he's coming clean on it.
Now, I give him credit for saying something now, fine, 3 years later, deserves credit. I agree the issue gets way more attention than it should. I think you could argue it's fine, it's not trans athletes in sports, but the trans issue, it impacted the election, the outcome of the election.
Absolutely
the
did.
Kamala Harris wants sex changes for inmates. That was the most effective thing Donald Trump did the entire election, I think. So it really has had a massive impact on our culture.
But if someone flip-flops to your side, like J.K. Rowling, why does she care? Like if Malcolm Gladwell,
she's had her career. She's had her
Because
career.
she suffered.
But Malcolm Gladwell,
no.
But Malcolm Gladwell is now seemingly agreeing with her, and she's saying he hasn't changed. He's merely sensed a shift in what's acceptable to say and feels safe to align himself with the new consensus.
She's pissed off because she was a lone wolf saying something, twisting in the wind, and she's saying this guy agreed with me all along, and you know, his voice was important. He took another side that he didn't even believe in, and she suffered as a result.
Absolutely.
Hi, Stacey Shana commenting from Boston. I agree with you, Harvey, in part. I'll also say that trans athletes don't just have a right to play or participate in sports, they have a right to equal treatment. And we should be looking to see how we can advance all sports to ensure that transgender athletes are included, because at the end of the day, they're all human beings. And anyone with the power to drive change behind that momentum shouldn't be ashamed to speak up on it.
Yeah, and by the way, since we're talking, I'll just say, I am against trans women participating in women's sports. I am outraged that the administration right now is talking about taking guns away from transgender people because the latest school shooter was transgender, and they can point to 6 other cases where there were some sexual identity issues, and you're taking guns away from them, but you look at that 53% of the shootings, mass shootings, were white males, and nobody's talking about that in the administration, so that feels discriminatory.
Coming up.
So Sydney Sweeney is at the top of her game right now in marketing. This American Eagle ad moved the needle. In the movie space, she hasn't hit the way she wants to, I think. She has a movie coming out. In fact, there's a preview tonight, a movie called Christy. It's about Christy Martin, who is the famous boxer, and her life is insane. I am told that more than one person who has watched this, who is kind of, part of the industry, says that it would be utterly unsurprising if Sydney Sweeney gets an Oscar nomination for Best Actress for this movie.
Be right back.
So Sydney Sweeney is at the top of her game right now in marketing. This American Eagle ad moved the needle. American Eagle is soaring in sales, in stock, and it's because of the Sydney Sweeney ad. There is no bigger celebrity in the marketing space. She's doing Jimmy Choo now. In the movie space, she hasn't hit the way she wants to, I think. Look, some of her movies haven't done well, and people are saying, I don't know, does she really have a career in movies? So she has a movie coming out. In fact, there's a preview tonight. It's a first preview, a movie called Christy. It's about Christy Martin, who is the famous boxer, and her life is insane, just insane, the things that happened to her. So Sydney Sweeney is playing Christy Martin. She gained 40 pounds for the role. I have talked to someone who is involved with this, and I will tell you, this movie has been privately tested. It is tested off the charts, 90%. 90%. 2, I am told that more than one person who has watched this, who is kind of, part of the industry, says that it would be utterly unsurprising if Sydney Sweeney gets an Oscar nomination for Best Actress for this movie. She apparently is unbelievable in it.
Well, I mean, your point saying that her movies don't do well. Her movies do well. I think the knock on her has been people don't think she's a good actress. Like, she can't be taken seriously. They don't think her acting's very good. So if what you're saying is true, I mean, this is...
I haven't seen it.
The thing
I'm
is,
just telling you, I've talked
so
to
there's photos of her and Christy at the red carpet for, I think it's in Toronto where they're debuting it. I mean, the biggest thing that when this got announced, people were like, well, how is she going to play a boxer? But the thing a lot of people don't know is that Sydney Sweeney grew up doing kickboxing, doing jujitsu, doing those type of sports, but she obviously trained to learn the boxing techniques and stuff. But you're talking about like Oscar nomination though?
Oscar nomination. No, this is no joke. She has a connection to this character. And, you know, not the incredible drama. Christy Martin.
Her life is
was shot.
insane.
Things that were just unbelievable. But she has a connection to the
But when
character.
you look at the two of them, you just don't see how on the screen she is going to play a boxer.
Did you see Margot Robbie and Tanya Harding? Did you see a connection between the two of them?
I mean, this is a little more drastic.
No, I don't think it is.
Think?
Margot
the
Robbie
one
and
that
Tanya
people are
Harding?
comparing this to is what's her name when she did Monster?
Charlize Theron.
So people are saying this might be that movie for her, where people now will take her as a serious actress.
It is the same principle as Margot Robbie and
well, if she can pull
Tanya.
this off, then I think she probably will get an Oscar nomination.
She pulls this off. There's going to be, I think critics are looking at this tonight, so we'll see if my recon is good or bad. But I think it's good from everything I know.
Adriana from New York. I hope this is true for Sydney's sake. I mean, yeah, between the American Eagle campaign, between the bathwater, she's been everywhere. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think the internet is getting sick of her. So I do think this is the time for her to show that she is a serious actress, because I do think she's talented and she deserves to get to that next level. She doesn't need to be in every commercial. Put her in more movies.
Yeah, and by the way, if this is what I'm told it is, then her marketing fee goes up even more, because then she's a full-fledged movie star and the best marketer in Hollywood.
Coming up.
Oh my God! Oh my God! It's
I
Farrah.
was like creeping in the background. I'm shocked you didn't see me. Hello.
How you doing?
Yes, good.
Farrah Abraham, everybody.
I'm excited to do the TMZ tour tomorrow night. All
She-
the fun after dark with Farrah Abraham. I can't wait.
Be right back.
Oh my God! Oh my God! It's
I was
Farrah.
like creeping in the background. I'm shocked you didn't see me. Hello.
How you doing?
Yes, good.
Farrah Abraham, everybody.
I'm excited to do the TMZ tour tomorrow night.
She is gonna host. Oh my God!
Yes.
I can't. Were you doing a podcast?
Yeah, I just did a podcast with Charlie.
Oh, cool.
Yes. I'm like, Charlie has
Oh, you did one of our
left me.
podcasts?
Yes. And so we.
She's what day are you doing the?
So tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Double the Trouble tours. I guess like Master P is gonna be with me. I did a comedy movie.
No. Master P's doing it on the earlier bus.
Oh darn. Okay.
He's doing the early. We got Master P. We got Farrah. I mean, if for anybody who remembers our wonderful Raquel, who used to work here for many years, she's going to host one night this weekend too.
Yes.
It's so fun.
I cannot wait. I mean, I used to dodge the TMZ tours, and now I'm on one, so it's like full circle.
Why would you dodge the tour?
I don't know. I was like, are they gonna see me? I used to live in Hollywood.
At Hollywood, so we go all through Hollywood. We go Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard and Santa Monica
Oh my
Boulevard.
gosh, look, all the fun after dark with Farrah Abraham. I can't wait.
And people, we have a DJ on the bus, and we stop at bars and get free shots, and we
Are
go
there
to
strippers?
No strippers.
I might have to be the stripper, Harvey. I might have to be that stripper.
Farrah, I don't know
Mom's
that the
night out! Mom's night out! Get your tickets, mommies! Yes!
How did we find a female Ray J on this thing? Oh my God!
I mean, we both have celebrity sex tapes, Harvey. It's odd. I know.
No,
It's odd.
Joe, she's talking about Ray J. Both is Ray J and her.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, love it.
So tomorrow night,
Yes.
8 o'clock.
Yes.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Get your tickets. I'll see you.
We will show you what happens on Monday if we're allowed to show what happens
I don't know.
over
It's
the
after
weekend.
dark. It should be like censored.
Oh my God, Farrah.
Censored.
I'm so glad
Mama,
you-
have fun. Yeah, it's Farrah After Dark. Ooh.
Okay, I can already tell.
TMZ special After Dark.
This is going to
Harvey,
be
stop it.
fantastic.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for doing
Yes,
this.
I gotta run.
Okay.
Lots of love. Bye, guys. Love you.
I want you just to have fun in this.
Thank you.
It's going to be so fun.
Thank you.
They're
yeah.
going to love you.
So, okay, yeah. I might be naughty. Okay, love you.
Wow. Okay. What do you guys want to talk about?
Congratulations to Selena and Benny. The secrecy around the wedding makes sense to me. I'm sure they want it to be an intimate ceremony for family
What
and
do you
friends.
think?
I'm wondering if we're going to see Taylor Swift in the role of a bridesmaid. though.
No. Do you think she's going to be in the wedding party?
Oh, yeah. Like, I think she's going to be a bridesmaid. They're like best friends.
Yeah.
I mean, very close at least.
Yeah, and then the question is, does Taylor return the favor?
I mean, of course, right? You know, they go back to the Disney days.
I think this is going to be a tough one for Taylor. One more.
Hey guys, I'm Megan from Alabama. I just want to first say I love Judge Judy, and I agree with her with the whole money situation. I could live off my husband's income, we both could, but I want my shopping sprees and my goodies and my toys, so I'm going to earn my own money.
What do you do?
I'm actually a college English instructor.
Oh, wow. Where?
Enterprise State Community College.
Where's that?
That's in Enterprise, Alabama.
In your town, do most women agree or disagree with Judy?
I'd say most of them agree. That's just me. I feel like, I don't know, times have changed these days. There are still a lot of stay-at-home moms, and I know that's hard work, I know, but when it comes to earning money, there's so much you can do online now and whatnot too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Coming up.
Harvey, you want to do a ghost pepper challenge on live?
What is it?
Ghost pepper.
I don't know what that is.
You should try it.
Is it?
It's not that bad.
Should I do it?
Be right back.
So Amanda Knox, a free woman, is doing comedy. So she is at a comedy club in Tacoma, Washington. We got this video of her kind of showing her comedy chops.
My daughter has been watching me work on this show, and she's been learning about my past. And she now, when we go to the playground, she'll say to me, "Let's play Mommy Goes to Italy." Which means that she'll get behind the jungle gym, she'll get behind the bars, and be like, "Let me out!" And all the other parents are like, "She has an interesting imagination." And I'm like, no, that's a direct quote.
That was not bad. I mean, it's first time out. Not bad. I just want to show you one thing before we go today. We do a live stream for TMZ Live, and when we talk to people for 2.5 hours every day in the morning, and that's how we cut up our TMZ Live show. So in the middle of the show today, Roger, who works at our clearance desk, says, "I want to show you something. I'm going to put this hot sauce on a chip, and I want you to eat it." And so there was a big thing in the office. Should I do it? Should I not do it? I never really done anything like this. And here is how this went down. Should I do this?
If you think Harvey should eat the ghost pepper, clap your hands.
Harvey, that will leave you. No.
Oh, he did it! Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's gonna make it worse. Yeah, you need milk.
Milk.
He needs milk.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it will.
Whoa.
You're getting props in the chat.
I'm getting it's like dragon fire. I will say, my nose is running still, and this was at least a half hour ago, and my tongue is burning from this thing. The reason it's so small is this literally could kill the entire San Fernando Valley. Just this. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday.